What's up guys, do you want to implement text search into your application, but you don't want to spin up an entire Elasticsearch cluster? Well then this video is perfect for you, because today I'm going to show you how you can easily set up fuzzy text search and even autocompletion with the help of MongoDB. Yes, you heard that right, MongoDB is actually capable of doing text search. So let's get started. Before we will start coding, I have to mention that the MongoDB text search capabilities differ depending if you are using a self-managed deployment of MongoDB or if you're using the MongoDB Atlas service. Whereas the self-managed deployment of MongoDB only supports exact string matching, the Atlas service also supports things like fuzzy search and autocompletion. Therefore, the first part of this video will be dedicated to implementing basic text search with the help of a self-managed MongoDB. And in the second part of the video, we will use the MongoDB Atlas service to implement more advanced features like fuzzy search and autocompletion. By the way, the entire code of this video can be found on my GitHub page. To set up a self-managed MongoDB on our local machine, we will use Docker. Hence, I've created the Docker Compose file and added a MongoDB service, which runs Mongo version 6. I've also exposed the Mongo specific port, which is 27017, and I've also set the username and password via environment variables. After running Docker Compose up, you should now be able to connect to your database with the help of this URI here, which includes the username and the password. As you can see here, our Mongo database is still quite empty, but we will change that now. And for that purpose, we will create a small script to generate a bunch of random users, and then we will insert them into a new collection in our database. To generate random user data, we will use the Faker.js library, and our users, for example, will have a name, an email, and an avatar. And then we will use this function to generate a list of 10,000 random users, which we want to insert in the database. And hence we first have to set up a connection to the database, which will be done in this util.ts file. Therefore, I will just read the host, the username and the password from the environment variables and create a new Mongo client instance. With the help of this client, we can now easily insert the randomly generated users into a specific collection that lives in our database. We also need to make sure to provide the environment variables for the MongoDB connection, and hence the script will expect a .env file as a command line argument. So make sure that your local MongoDB is still running with Docker Compose up, and then you can use the fakedata.typescript script to insert the random usernames into the database. And after a few seconds, you should now have 10,000 users in your database. Now we will continue with creating a small API that is able to search through the users. And for that purpose, I've simply created a small Express API that connects to our database and has one endpoint for searching. Before we can start running searches against our users collection, we actually need to create a text index. And this can be done using the createIndexes method. In my case, I've created a text index which indexes both the full name and the email of each user in our collection. To search through a collection, you have to use the text operator on the find method. The text operator takes an object as input, and this object has an attribute called search, which you have to set to your search query. This search query has to be a string, and if you only specify one word, then MongoDB is trying to find this exact word inside your text indexes. You can also specify multiple words by separating them with a space, then MongoDB is trying to find either of them inside your text indexes. Words can also be excluded by prefixing them with a dash or made mandatory by wrapping them inside quotes. The text operator also supports other attributes like language or case sensitivity, but you can read more about that in the MongoDB documentation. While running the search, MongoDB also assigns a score to each search result. And this score can be accessed by using the meta operator and setting it to text score. And it definitely makes sense to use this score for sorting the search results by relevancy like this. Now it's finally time to test our search API, and that's why I've added a new service to the Docker Compose file and restarted it. For example, the query Gilbert returns all users that have Gilbert inside their name or email. We might also add another word to our query, for example Murphy. And don't worry, this %20 will just be decoded as a space. And now MongoDB is searching for users that have either Gilbert or Murphy in their name or email. Hence, this user here has the highest score because it has both Gilbert and Murphy in the name. We can also exclude Murphy with the help of this dash, and now he is gone. Unfortunately, the self-managed deployment of MongoDB doesn't support fuzzy search. Hence, if we misspell a word, we won't get any results at all. But what we can do is limiting the result space. So for example, you might want to search for users only in a specific country. To achieve that, we simply add a new query parameter, in this case country, and if country is defined, we will simply add it to the filter object. Now we are, for example, able to search all Gilberts inside Romania, of which there's only one. As I've already mentioned in the beginning of the video, the self-managed deployment of MongoDB doesn't support all the search features that are available on MongoDB Atlas. For example, fuzzy search or autocomplete. And that's exactly what we are going to do in the second part of this video. So at first we need to create a MongoDB Atlas cluster. To do that, you have to create an account at cloud.mongodb.com and create a new project. Once that's done, you have to create a new database cluster, and I'm simply using the free one here. While that is spinning up in the background, you can already create a new user for accessing your database. In my case, the username will just be admin, and I'm going to auto-generate a password. You can already copy those two values and insert them into your .env.atlas file. Besides the username and the password, we also need the database host to connect to it. And you can find that host by clicking on database in the left-hand side menu and then choosing connect. At first you have to whitelist your IP address or allow access from everywhere, and then you can click on choose a connection method. We would like to connect our application, and on this screen you can find the host URL. So go ahead and copy that URL and also put it into your .env.atlas file. But be sure to remove the admin column password from the URL, since we have already specified those separately. Now we will use the script from the beginning of the video to insert a bunch of random users into our database. But this time we won't run the script with .env.local, but rather with the .env.atlas file. After that's done, you can verify that it has worked by clicking on Browse Collections and then choosing the users collection. For our API that will communicate with the Atlas cluster, I've just created a new Express server that has two endpoints, one for searching and one for autocomplete. I've also added a new service to the Docker Compose file for that API, which will run on port 3001. To utilize the Atlas search features, we have to create a search index. Unfortunately, this cannot be done using the native MongoDB npm library. So either you have to use the MongoDB Atlas user interface or the MongoDB Atlas API. In the user interface, you have to go to the search tab of your cluster and then click on create search index. But for this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can set up a search index with the help of the Atlas API. To use the Atlas API, you have to generate an API key, and this can be done inside your project settings. Then you have to head to Access Manager and API keys, and here you can click on Create API key. I've just named my key Search Index Editor, and for the project permissions, you just have to select Project Search Index Editor. And then you can go ahead and copy your public and private key inside your .env file. In order to use the API, we also have to specify the project ID and the cluster name inside your .env file. Your project ID can be found in the project settings, and the cluster name is displayed on the database tab. We can use all of those environment variables to build our custom API URL and our custom authentication header. Now we can create our search index by sending a post request to the API URL. Inside the request body, you have to specify a name, the database, and the collection of your index. There are also several other configuration options for your index, of which only one is required. And this required one is the mappings configuration. For simplicity, we will just set that to dynamic true, which just indexes all available fields. I'm also going to check if an index with that same name already exists in our cluster before we actually create it. After restarting the Docker Compose services, you should now be able to verify that the user search index has been created on the search tab of your cluster. It might take a minute or two until MongoDB has indexed all of the users, after which the status will be set to active. Whereas with the self-managed MongoDB we had to use collection.find, we now have to use collection.aggregate to run a search. Here you have to specify the index you want to use for searching, in our case the user search index we have created previously, and since we want to do a text search we have to configure the text object. Inside the text configuration we have to specify a query, which will be the user search input. We will set the path to full name and email, since these are the fields that the user should be able to search through. And lastly, we will enable fuzzy search by setting the fuzzy attribute to an empty object. As we have already seen with the self-managed MongoDB, we can use the search score metadata to sort the search results by relevancy. After restarting the Docker Compose service, we can now try out some queries. Of course, the query for Gilbert returns users that have Gilbert in their name or email. Likewise, the query for Gilbert or Murphy returns users that have either of them in their name or email. And again, the user with the name of Gilbert Murphy has the highest score. But thanks to fuzzy search, we are now actually able to search for Gilbert Murphy, and it still returns Gilbert Murphy as the best matching result, even though we have misspelled the name. Limiting the search space to a specific country is a little bit more complicated with the atlas search, but it's nevertheless possible. To do that, we have to chain two text searches together with the help of the compound attribute. So the first item is the search for the name and the email as we are used to, and the second item searches for the specific country. In contrast to the self-managed deployment of MongoDB, we now have two results for Gilberts in Romania, and that's because fuzzy search recognizes April Hilpert as a similar name to Gilbert. Now we will also quickly add autocomplete to our API, which requires us to add another search index. But this time we set dynamic to false inside the mappings configuration and use the default parameters from the MongoDB documentation. The search pipeline is very similar to the one that we have used before, but this time we have to specify an autocomplete configuration. Again, the query will be the user input. The path will be set to full name because we want to autocomplete the name of the user. Lastly, we have to specify a token order, which can either be any or sequential. In this case, we are going to use sequential. When trying the new autocomplete endpoint with the query Gil, you can see that it works perfectly fine and only outputs users with Gil in their name, mostly Gilbert or Gilberto. As a bonus, I've also added a small user interface to the repository that makes use of the autocomplete feature and the search feature. While the user is typing, it automatically suggests full names, and after submitting the search, it will display 10 search results. The MongoDB Atlas search also supports many other features, so make sure to check out their documentation. The entire code of this video can be found on my GitHub, so make sure to give it a star. And if this video helped you, then consider sending me some anonymous cryptocurrencies. Or at least like this video and subscribe to my channel. By the way, all of my content can also be found on other platforms like Rumble or Odyssey if you prefer to watch them there. And with that said, thank you so much for watching and have a great time.